Cosmopolitan South.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo.
Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome to another edition of Maiyegun Diary Political. I am glad you tuned in today, and today's edition promises to be another explosive one as usual. Let's get started.
Thank you very much. That is a clip, a recorded clip sent in by Joseph, a follower of Maiyegun's diary. I hope that played out well. Please let me know. I'm getting up as well. I want you to share this broadcast. As you are joining, share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Tell them Maiyegun is live, right? And I will be right back in a minute.
All the promise when they make, they don't be like saying I think. Where the money, where the food, cause everybody want improve. Since you come, the tears and pain, oh, oh, oh. We don't tire to complain, oh. I see the bad way you've been do. You don't turn Nigeria into two. 97% and 5%. You know we talk like president. You rule Nigeria with sentiment. I take your office to revenge. Oh yeah now, Oga Buhari, we dey beg you. Let Nigeria no go scatter for your head, yo. Yes, after the election, where them do, we still dey wait to see the change, yo. Cause all the promise when they make, they don't be like saying a fake, yo. And when the money, where the food? Nigerian people want improve. But since you come, not tears and pain, we don't tire to complain, no employment for the youth. Insecurity no improve. Inflation don't they hit the roof. Still government no they say the truth. Oh yeah, my brother, this change now yawa. We don't do this suffer. We pray God for Nigeria. Oh yeah, my sister, this government now yawa. We don't do this suffer. We pray God for Nigeria. After the election, where them do, we still then wait to see the change. Cause all the promise when they make, don't they be like saying I fake you. I wear the money, where the food. Nigerian people want.
It's a long time song. Yes. For those who have been regulars on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, you will remember that song. Before Maiyegun ti de ẹ̀yin ọ̀jẹ̀lú sunra ki. The Maiyegun don't come, yo, Maiyegun don't come. There are still many other series that people are going to do for Maiyegun. I've got great guys who follow Maiyegun online and offline. And that is why it's so funny. When people say, oh, you guys sit abroad and you are directing people to go and, meet their death. Nobody is listening to you. You are just making noise on the social media. But we beg to disagree because everyone following Maiyegun, especially Maiyegun, ask them. They don't actually appear as, oh, I'm a Yoruba man, or I'm an Igbo man, or I'm a this and that. They will tell you, we love Maiyegun. And they are not just online, they are also offline. And the effect of that is what you are witnessing as we speak. When you pray for Nigeria, let your prayer, if you are still in the church, or if you are going to church, or if you are having any prayer meeting today from Maiyegun, let your prayer be, pray to God. Tell God, please break up Nigeria to save lives. It is the only prayer that should be part of the weapon of saving humanity. That's the issue. Sunday sermon of Maiyegun's Diary is the moment where we mix everything in a way to eat you very well in places where you would never probably have found yourself. That is why we call it Sunday sermon. The truth that you probably ate to hear. We'll still say it anyway. It doesn't matter. Oduduwa nation, Ìlànà Ọmọ Oòduà, the umbrella body for all the Yoruba sons and daughters who love freedom. All Yoruba sons and daughters, home and abroad, who loves liberty, who respects justice, and who believe in equality and equity. If you are one of them, Oduduwa Republic awareness should be your own patriotic call, not one dead leave who wants to also come back to be another deadbeat like Boko Haram on your life again. You cannot be forced to stay in a union that you were never part of. You were never part of those who made that deal. You were never part of it, ever. We were never part of it. Our progenitors were never part of it. On January 1, 1901, when the idea of merging the South and the North together was first pronounced, which was later cemented 14 years later. In 1901, when that decision was taken, there was no on record where you have the Yorubas, the Efiks, the Jaws, our people in Benue, or anyone from any part of Nigeria being part of it. None. And therefore, being forced to keep a unity that kills you is actually a blackmail. Do you know that? For everyone telling you that you should do everything to make Nigeria great. When you are actually you are not doing anything to make Nigeria worse. You are just an ordinary person, like a normal, you should be a normal Nigerian, living your life, doing your legitimate things, right? But you are being called to do everything to make Nigeria work, while the people who are being paid to do exactly the same thing continue to breed terrorists and terrorism. Let's start from the genesis. Where did all of this start from? It all started from when Boko Haram finally came to power. And it started from when terrorists took over government in Nigeria. And the idea of terrorists taking over government in Nigeria has been established on many, many, many occasions. And I'm going to give you instances. It was insecurity that brought in Boko Haram, APC, Egbekegbe, the Al-Qaeda People's Congress. It was insecurity in Nigeria that brought them to power. They were supposed to come in and kill insecurity. How do you kill something that you used to win power if you want to stay in power, other than for you to increase the insecurity? So we later found out that their policy was to capture, rehabilitate, and then reintegrate terrorists into the society. There was no plan for the victims of terrorism. No plan. Okay? So when we found that out, we're like, what the hell is this? They said there is something called Operation Safe Corridor that has released over 8,000 terrorists that have found themselves in the net of the Boko Haram's government. Over 8,000. They were celebrating the graduation of terrorists in this government while insecurity escalated. Today, the problem that brought these criminals to power was in northeast of Nigeria. Now, the problem they have now brought upon the entire people now is no longer in Borno. It is now as far as the creek in Bayelsa, where everybody is talking about crude oil. You'll be asking, what is a Fulani terrorist looking for in Bayelsa? Land as well. Then we found out that their policy also was to spend huge amount of money, huge media presence, to convince everybody that it is a good idea for government to reward terrorists with lands. They now disguised it as a national policy. They call it national livestock policy. There was a time they asked the Mumu, Boko Haram, what is national livestock? What is national livestock? He didn't know. He didn't understand. Because the idea was to ensure that there is no part of Nigeria, no state in Nigeria, that you will not find at least 2 local government areas for the Fulanis. That's a national land grab policy put together by the likes of fake Pastor Ruga, Malamu, Issa Malamu, and so many other criminals in there. And they have been pushing and pushing. Unfortunately, those who are at the forefront of pushing for that agenda, they are northern governors whose states are now in control of the terrorists. They want the rest of the country to be in control of the terrorists. So that when we all finally found ourselves in that state, we all have to agree, let's give them land. It's not just giving them land. You see that land you are going to give them in Udogbolu local government. They will divide it. They will create another 2 local government out of Udogbolu local government. And they will call it Fulani local government. In Lagos State, you'll be asking, where think they want to see land for Lagos? Where's Lagos get land? No. The attention is not just the land. The intention is to grab everywhere. And they continue to deny it. For 6 years, people who want to do national livestock policy, that should give us a template, idea of what they were talking about. 19 states in northern Nigeria, no single state, no single of them, no single one has actually built a Ruga or built a cattle colony or resettled any Fulani or created any local government for them. But the intention is actually that they've already conquered the North. They've become governors. They've become senators, lawmakers. They can decide for the country. They believe they have the number, but they still feel like that doesn't feel much. The Southerners still feel like they control this. Every time they talk about breaking up, we need more people there. So that when we say, who are the Nigerians? Even if you denied not to be a Nigerian, a Fulani man in two local government area in your own state, they will tell you they support one Nigeria. And do you know what they do with their election? They have the control over who register to vote, right? And who eventually vote in that country. Okay? Their INEC will declare, oh, we have 100 million people registered voters. There will be no 100 million voters card. Then they will now create fake polling units that many of you who are campaigning to be this, to be that, or you know what, everybody who wants to do anything, they should join politics. They should try, and you are just being a fool. If you understand the system, you will never ever join their politics again, ever, except if you are going there to be part of them. That's it. But going there to change anything, you are deceiving yourself. Now here it is. They will create fake polling units. No voters there, but there will be voters card for them. I'm talking about thousands, hundreds of thousands, in millions of fake units, including underage voters. They are using underage voters in North. Abi, in the next 10 years in Nigeria, you will find Fulani, you will see Fulani local government in Enugu. You will see Fulani local government in Oyo. You will see Fulani local government in Lagos State. You will see Fulani, they are already having Fulani Seriki everywhere, Abi. Then everybody started asking, if this is the price to pay for unity, how come it is only the Fulani out of over 250 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria? How come it's only the Fulanis? Just Fulanis, not even Hausa Fulani. Fulanis are the only people demanding for this. That is where everybody said, no. We have paid enough. We have fed and kept Nigeria this long. Southern Nigeria is that rich wife, with a bully, lazy, poor northern husband. Now, we are going to divorce. We're going to break it up. We're going to break everything up, okay? Everybody is going to come out. Everyone from that part who has been bullied for years, they will realize it. They will come out. They will demand for equitable and peaceful dissolution of that place. All we need now is their education, okay? Because it is like taking it too far now. Do you get that now? Everything they say, they imagine, right? They believe they can make it happen. And as we speak, millions of their terrorists have invaded Nigeria. The entire northern Nigeria is gone for good. But you see that the rest of that southern Nigeria, why the terrorists are killing us, kidnapping us, pursuing us from our farms, they're destroying our villages. The northern, their political elite, they are making laws to prevent you from demanding for answers, to prevent you from defending yourselves. Look at the whole thing today. That's what brought us to where we are now. It's not that people just woke up one day and they said they are done. They've been tired for so long. If the idiots, the Bokwari, lifeless breeding mannequin, who is championing these mass killings in Nigeria, if he doesn't even understand what they are doing, and you want to defend that Nigeria, I'm coming back to you. Listen to this.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me...
Cancel.
He can talk for
He
himself.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't know.
I think
He thinks. I am checking my broadcast out there. Can you still see me on Facebook? Seems that Facebook is acting up as well. Please let me know if you can still watch on Facebook. At the same time, if you can still see me on YouTube as well, clearly, before I continue. I'm having an issue here, and I want to be sure. Thank you very much. It seems that more of our viewers are on, more of our viewers are on, I think it's back. Check Facebook again. I think I have something there. I'll check. For our viewers on, I think we are good, but I don't know what changed. I'm watching that, okay? I'm checking it out. Yeah, we are good on YouTube. Sorry about that break, okay? Before we continue, I want to be sure before I continue. Seems that it's still live on Facebook, but we are having some restrictions there, possibly. Yeah, they said they are good on Facebook as well. Great. Now let's continue. Whatever Facebook does with our page, with this broadcast, just manage it. Or better still, in order for you not to miss the broadcast tonight, when we have Professor Banji Akintoye live on Maiyegun's Diary Political, please go on YouTube and subscribe. I don't trust Facebook. For some reason, I can't read all of you on Facebook for some reasons, okay? Go on to YouTube, search for Maiyegun's Diary Political, right? And join. Just subscribe. It's as simple as that. Now, let's continue. So people have come to that reality that we need more awareness. And those who we now refer to as the unity beggars. Unity beggars are those who realizes that this division, this injustice, and the reaction to it today are long overdue. So now that people are reacting and demanding for what is right, you know the people who are telling them that they are wrong? The people who brought us to this level. The people who brought terrorism to that country for power. And today, they are not just terrorizing where they used to terrorize. They are now terrorizing the entire country, and they want the rest of us to keep quiet. Asking for the breakup of Nigeria, they said, no. Don't talk about that. You're asking for war. Meanwhile, behind your back, at your backyard, your children are going missing. Your relatives, your family members, your neighbors are being kidnapped, either kidnapped, killed, or sent to the IDP camp. And it's going to get worse. And that is why when Sunday Igboho turned up in Osogbo yesterday, a part of it captured. And thank you, Koiki Media, for your great job, because you were able to bring it to us that indeed Oduduwa Nation, awareness, and the campaign for it, the determination for Yoruba's independence out of this contraption is not just online. And you gave us a very good coverage. Part of it, I'm going to share with you now. Please watch. Great. That was Osun State yesterday. And Sunday Igboho delivered a message. And I want you to watch it, the replay part of it, and the point he made. I'll do my best when I get back. And I think we are back on Facebook now. So something happened. I don't know. Facebook is playing funny. But nevertheless, I've got us back on Facebook. So let me know if you can hear me clearly on Facebook. Okay. Listen to this. I have a lot for you this morning, and I hope that we won't have any technical problem because it's going to be interesting before the Baba of them all later this afternoon with Professor Banji Akintoye. But here is what Sunday Igboho told the people of Osun after the threat. After the threat of attack and all of that, as well as intimidation of them never to come to Osun State. Well, the policemen, the security men in Oshogbo yesterday, they complied except for one. But before I get to that, watch this, his message. I'll come back and do my best to interpret to my friends who probably won't understand everything he will say. Watch.
Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní bàjẹ́. Nígbà tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bá ń dùn, wọn ò ní wẹ́lú ọ̀gá wa jù. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kójú ó tì wá. Àmọ́ kì í pé apẹ́ká tó dé. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, Ọ̀ṣun. Àmọ́ kì í pé apẹ́ká tó dé. Àwọn ìjọba ń kẹ́ lọ́nà lójú apẹ́. Àwọn ẹ̀rẹ́ta kan lọ́nà lójú apẹ́. Ìṣẹ́gun wọlé ń lọ. Ẹ̀sùn kékeré wọn. Kìnní kan dún màrú. Kò sí ohun tí ń dún màrú ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run lọ́sẹ̀ ni. Ẹnìkan kò sì lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Kò sí ẹni tó ti rẹ̀ mọ́ lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Ìjọba àkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ò lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Ọjà ò lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Onílẹ̀ bàbá wọ́n wà. Ọlọ́pàá ò lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Onílẹ̀ bàbá wọ́n wà. SSC ò lè dẹ́rù bà wá. Onílẹ̀ bàbá wọ́n lọ́sẹ̀ kí ni. Ẹgbẹ́ wọn là ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. ṣe ájì kẹ́yìn nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà fọwọ́kọ́ abẹ́ ilé wa ti ṣe é kẹfà ọkọ̀ níbẹ̀. àwọn pásítọ̀ wọ́n wá ń wọnú ọjà wọ́n ń pa àwọn ọ̀yà wa wọ́n ń kó ọjà wọn wọ́n ń sọ láti wà lórí iná ó ti tó ga àṣẹmọ́ Yorùbá ní sọ. ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká ṣera wa lọ́kàn gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa àwọn kábíyèsí wa ẹ jẹ́ kí akọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run lẹ́yìn náà a kí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àwọn ọmọ wọn rí ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fi àyè ìgbà wọn rí. gómìnà ó ní ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá ọmọ Yorùbá lòun òun èsì ọmọ àlè bí ni ó ní àṣẹ bó ṣe wù wá nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ó lóun ò mú wa lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ká ṣe ní àlàáfíà àlàáfíà torí pé ẹ̀tọ́ wa là ń béèrè Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun bàjẹ́ àdúgbò gómìnà wa fún yẹn lẹ́yìn náà adúgbò lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí wa bàbá àtàwùjá bàbá dáadáa bàbá ní òun ò lè lájú òun lẹ́yìn kí Fúlàní mọ̀ fìyà jẹ àwọn ọmọ òun ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí. àwọn adúgbò lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọba wọn pátápátá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá látòrí bàbá wa ní Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ Aláké gbogbo ọba tí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe kábíyèsí gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. adúgbò lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá wa Ìwà Adébánjọ bàbá wa Kítóyè àti bàbá wa AIG Alápẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn bàbá dáadáa lọ wọ́n dẹ̀ dúró kíkẹ́kíkẹ́ lẹ́yìn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ fún wọn. lẹ́yìn náà a dúpẹ́ fún àwọn àlùfáà wa tó ń ṣàdúrà fún wa a dúpẹ́ fún àwọn pásítọ̀ káàkiri àti àwọn onídìílé àwọn babaláwo tó jẹ́ bàbá wa Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́kẹ́ ìparọ́ wa lójú àwa ní òde kú fún yín láàbò wa dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí ìyá tí ń jẹ ọmọ Yorùbá ó ti tó ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo àwọn bọ́dà wa tó bá kàwé tán wọ́n lọ rí sẹ́sẹ́ wọ́n mọ̀ lọ sí ọ̀kadà wọ́n mọ̀ lọ sọ̀kadà tí ọ̀dà yẹn kọ́ ní báyìí àwọn tó bá jẹ́ obìnrin wọ́n kọ́ sí ẹ̀tẹ́lọ̀ tó bá parí ìwé èyí tí ọ̀lọ́ sí ẹ̀tẹ́lọ̀ kọ́ yọ ọmọ lọ sọ lóṣó tó yẹ kọ́ ní báyìí gbogbo agbára tí ń bẹ nínú ìgbà ní Nàìjíríà yìí Fúlàní àgbọ̀nsá ló ń lò gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa.
Orí kì í máa lo máa kẹ́ni à.
Máa lo máa kẹ́ fún páìkì.
Máa lo máa kẹ́ni à.
Máa lo máa kẹ́.
orí pé máa ń wọ̀nà àgbọ̀dọ̀ bá wọn jà.
Just to show you what happened in Osun yesterday, like, if not millions, hundreds of thousands of people have seen the full video. You found some on Maiyegun's Diary Political, Facebook and YouTube as well. It is to tell you that, yes, you may not yet have keyed into it. To you, maybe Nigeria is still going to play some tricky game. It's a long game, we know, but it's going to crash sooner than you can imagine. You know why? Everybody will soon come to reality that even when they are defending Nigeria, they will find out that they are defending the Fulani terrorists, jihadist apologists, and the rest of them. And what happened to Ilorin? What happened to our people in Ilorin? The story they have twisted and twisted, telling you why some people today from Ilorin, they will tell you they are part of the North. Even though they speak Yoruba, it doesn't mean that because they speak Yoruba, they are Yoruba. Some of them have come out to say it to us. But we know those who have also stood up to say they are Yorubas, even if they are from Ilorin. Let me share a bit of a story, partly of how the Fulanis took over Ilorin. I decided to chip this in because I'm bringing Professor Banji Akintoye live on Maiyegun's Diary today. And this particular clip is an eye-opener. It is a very, very good one that you should see. And that is why I'm going to share that with you. How did the Fulanis came to Ilorin? How did they become the emir of Ilorin? You want to know the story? The first Fulani to come to Ilorin was actually a voodoo man, somebody selling charm. Listen to the story before I continue.
Culture that is meant to unify the world, to unite men. So it is not because of the religion of the people who were preaching in Oyo towns in those days that our people began to attack them, our people began to attack them because they were being rude. They were being nasty to our rulers, our chiefs, our culture, our everything. And so people began to attack them. And they began to run back to Hausa land. Then those of them who were Yoruba ran to the city of Ilorin, where there was already a rebellion against the Alaafin. Rebellion was led by a man called Afonja. He was the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of the empire. His duty as Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò was to protect your homeland. Now he turned the power that was given to him against the Alaafin. And when the Muslims began to arrive, he then made a public statement, a public invitation in 1817 to say any Muslim who is afraid in his homeland that he will be attacked, who is afraid in his hometown in Oyo land that he will be attacked, is free to come to Ilorin. And so large numbers of Muslims fled to Ilorin, and Ilorin became instantly a Muslim city. There was a man called Alimi, a Fulani man who used to go about peddling charms. Afonja invited him to come to Ilorin and make charms for him and his army. And within the army, the soldiers appointed him as their imam. He was no conqueror. He was not a conqueror. He was not a fool animal conquering Yoruba land or conquering Ilorin at all. He was just one humble medicine seller whom Afonja invited to come and live in his town. Afonja invited many people to come and live in his town. Some of them were Muslims, some of them were not Muslims. This one man happened to be a foreigner who was a Muslim. And he became the chief imam of the Muslim community in Afonja's army. It was because he was in that type of position as chief imam in the army that when Afonja died, he was able to get the Muslim community in the army to appoint him as the chief imam for the whole of Ilorin. And he ultimately was accepted by the predominantly Muslim community in Ilorin as the ruler of Ilorin. So it's not that Ilorin was conquered by anybody from anywhere. Ilorin was not conquered by the Fulani. But after the Ilorin people had done that, the Yoruba people were horrified. What is going on with our brothers in Ilorin? They've made a foreigner their ruler. We must throw him out of the place. So volunteer armies emerged to go and attack Ilorin and drive the foreigner out. Unfortunately, they were not well organized, they were not united. They would go excitedly to Ilorin and sometimes without even fighting, they would be driven back by hunger. Finally, one major attack did occur in 1835, led by the reigning Alaafin of the time. He lost because the army just disintegrated under him. And he himself lost his life. How he lost his life is a story that the Yoruba people must learn. I will find another time to tell that story. You want to hear it now? Okay. Be ready to shed tears.
I don't know how you are feeling when you are watching that or listening to that. A mixture of what? To me, I'll tell you how I felt when I was watching that video. I felt the mixture of betrayal, short-sightedness, envy, rivalry that eventually consumed a race. And today, and it's also a mixture of anger that many of us have been told lies repeatedly. Many books have been written how Afonja conquered how Alimi conquered the Lorin, blah, 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 and all of that. How Afonja this, you know what I'm talking about? These guys are not conquerors. They don't fight. They ambush. They will disarm you, make you, they will appear powerless to disarm you. While you welcome them in and they are in there, they will slaughter you. That is just the history. That's the story of a Fulani. And that's how they got Ilorin. They didn't fight war to win Ilorin. And if you're a Yoruba man in Ilorin today, and you're telling yourself that you're a Fulani Yoruba, you are a stupid person. And I'm not sorry to tell you, honestly. But one day, you will come to that reality. When the Fulani from Futajalon will tell you that you are an infidel, you've just wasted your life and time. And this is the type of education we will continue to bring forth to our people. Relearning what you have learned. All these things are available out there. I didn't manufacture them. They are there. I looked out for them. I got them to bring them to my bigger audience. You can do same. Asking for Yoruba nation is a right. Even when Awolowo, Azikiwe, and Amadu Bello, when they agreed to be part of Nigeria to get independence, there was never anyone Nigeria, except for these fraudsters who have now come. I have something I'm going to share with you. This is the first national anthem of Nigeria. When Nigeria got independence, maybe you'll pick some few words from it before we continue. Watch.
To the Nigerian national anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria we hear thee, composed for you by the colonial masters until 1978, when Obasanjo brought in Arise O Compatriots. And if you read the wordings in Arise O Compatriots, it is after the genocide they committed in eastern Nigeria, then in Biafra land. It was then they composed the Arise O Compatriots, or Arise O Compatriots. Nigeria's call obey. That is Nigeria's call obey. Well, once you hear Nigeria's call, you have to obey. That's what the new slave masters who took over government in 1966 and eventually in 1979. It was they sang it for the first time when they were doing the inauguration of Shehu Shagari, when Obasanjo was handing over. That was when your Arise O Compatriot came from, and it's all rubbish. Do you get that now? It's all rubbish. Now, today, there is nothing that you can say, oh, this is something we want to actually stay for. And let me tell you something. When you go against the ask for Oduduwa Republic, the request for the self-determination of the Yoruba people, including the Biafrans, including the Ijaws, the Effiks, everybody who wants to go on their own, they have the right to. Only slaves think they have to pray their way out of their own problem. You don't pray your way out of your problem. That's why we appreciate those who are standing up. There's a video of one, what do you call it, Afonja, that we picked up after the appearance of Sunday Igboho in Osun State yesterday. And he confessed. I hope you probably heard the audio. Let me know if the audio is fine. Okay, I think there's no audio in that video. Sorry about that. I was working on that earlier, but I think I have an alternative somewhere. Watch this.
Any DSS ló rán iṣẹ́ àbí tẹ́lẹ̀ ló rán iṣẹ́. Now ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ fún mi sí pé ẹ̀yin lẹ rọra yín iṣẹ́.
Wọ́n ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ló rán wọn iṣẹ́.
Oh, ìyá ẹ má dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ́. Ta ló rán yín iṣẹ́? Ta ló rán iṣẹ́? What's your name?
Ṣeun Ọláyínká.
Okay. Àtìgbà ọlẹ tí ń bá DSS ṣiṣẹ́. Ọdún mẹ́fà. Ibo lẹ ń gbé? Òṣogbo. Kí lẹ wá ṣe ní? Kí lẹ wá ṣe ní ibi tá ti ń ṣe rally lẹ́ni? Kí lẹ wá ṣe ń bẹ̀? Ẹ wá darapọ̀ mọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Ṣé ọmọ Yorùbá nation ní ilẹ̀ ṣe wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa?
Ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí náà.
Kí lẹ wá ṣe ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n wá fi rí yín? Kí lẹ ń ṣe tí wọ́n fi rí yín? Kí lẹ ń ṣe tí wọ́n fi rí yín?
Mo fẹ́ mú nọ́mbà mọ́tò yín.
Gbogbo nọ́mbà mọ́tò wa.
Nọ́mbà mọ́tò ilé yìí.
Ẹ fẹ́ mú nọ́mbà mọ́tò ilé yìí. For what reason? Àbí mọ́tò chief lẹ fẹ́ mú àbí wo?
Chief àlàyé
ti chief. Okay, you are sí Nàìjíríà. Dẹ̀ sí ìyẹn àwọn onímọ̀ jà.
Mi mú nọ́mbà tí wọ́n náà. Chief Igboho is the thing upon the moon now. He's a nationalist.
Kí lẹ wá okay, kí lẹ ṣe tí wọ́n fi mú yín? Why are you here? Why are you here? Kí lẹ ṣe tí wọ́n fi gba fóònù yín tí wọ́n fi mú yín? Kí lẹ ṣe?
Wọ́n ní mo kọ nọ́mbà mọ́tò.
Mo ní abẹ́ nǹkan. Kí lẹ sọ?
Mo kọ nọ́mbà mọ́tò sílẹ̀.
Nítorí kíni dì? Ẹ sọ di tẹ́ fi kọ́.
ṣe assignment tó gbé fún yín nìyí.
Ọ́fíìsì ló ní kó kọ́ wa.
Ọ́fíìsì kékeré fẹ́ fi ṣe.
Ṣé state lẹ ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ni àbí
federal? So ìgbà tí wọ́n ní pé kí ẹ kọ ẹni so.
Right. So that was yesterday as well. Okay. And it would be so foolish of anybody to even try to stop or, make any move yesterday to want to attack anybody in that gathering. They would have probably mobbed you. But anyway, he's doing his job. People said there are many like that. I keep telling you, okay, those who are working on how to end the progress of the Yoruba nation awareness, they are not primarily the Fulanizo, okay? They are Yoruba people like me and you. Their job is to stop everybody because they speak the same language. They can blend in with you easily. You can divulge information to them easily, and they can get anybody they want to get easily, even before the arrival of the Fulani terrorist. That is what makes it really, really bad. And it's getting to that stage now, whereby, being a Yoruba man and working with those who are hell-bent in killing those who are standing up for us, when those who should stand up for us continue to tell us to pray, pray, and pray. Yeah? And you want to work with those who are going to hunt down those who have put their own lives, their own everything on the line, to at least build the courage and confidence in us to keep us alive. You are working for that. So eventually it's going to get to that stage that you'll be treated as the enemy of Yoruba land if you have not been treated that way yet. That guy we saw in the video is lucky that they Yorubas are not barbarians. We're not going to just attack and shoot and kill him just there. But let me be honest with you. When the effort of these Yoruba saboteurs working in Yoruba land, doing everything in the media, everywhere, doing everything they can to sabotage the process of giving the people the opportunity, the alternative that Nigeria has denied them. When you will get to that point whereby you will be declared enemy of Yoruba people, and you will be hunted and arrested as well. And when you are arrested by those who are going to be the defenders of Yoruba land, when you are arrested, you will be treated and you will be, prosecuted for treason. When you volunteer to set our people up, when you work with those, and you actually know why they are doing what they are doing, you know why Yoruba deserve better. You are a Yoruba person. You know the rot and the destruction these Fulani terrorists have brought upon us. You know the danger we are in. And many of you tell us that you are incapacitated, but you are easily available to be used to sabotage your brothers, to arrest and kill, right? A time, and it's not far from now. Very soon, every one of you will be treated as enemies of Yoruba people. And as enemy of the Yoruba people, people will arrest you, okay? and then you will be treated and prosecuted for treason. What happened to treasonable felony? What happened to the those who committed treason? What happened to you according to the will of the people? You see, fighting and discouraging people from fighting for the Oduduwa Republic is like you fighting against your destiny. Okay, I heard that they want to give you this guy. Well, many of you are already working. What do you call it? You're already working overtime to ensure that they give you the what do you call it? Tifnumbu, a man that some of you will still have to probably start doing GoFundMe to send him to somewhere to go and get health care. Or you'll be doing prayer warrior like you are doing for Bukwari when he was going through, when he went under the knife in London back then. So you probably will be doing that to this one too as you are waiting for him. But somebody has a different message, and it's this man. Watch.
No, if care is not taken, he's going to end up in prison yard. You know, those people that used to come to him, they are eating his money. He says Jagaban of Hausa land. Those who are taking care of goat and cow, they are Jagaban. Who is Jagaban? So you have to rethink and make up his footsteps so that he cannot sleep and die. Because this is how I told Abiola. This is how I told him. I went to Abiola office personally. Baba God has done great thing for you. You have money, you have everything. Why do you want to become the head of state? He said, "My worry. When all these Babalawo are hungry, that's what they are going out about." He gave me 25,000. I said, "Baba me, thank you very much. God will be with you." How does he end? He did not end well. He died. So that's.
Àwọn Fúlàní ń gbèyàn lórí oko, wọ́n á pààyàn, wọ́n á ṣe, wọ́n gbé ọba, wọ́n gbé ìjòyè, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo wọn. Wọ́n gbé ọba gan ní Èkìtì lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Ilé Èkìtì ẹ̀jọ̀ ọmọ ọba rárá mọ́ ọba gidi gan. Wọ́n gbọ́ ojú bàbá wa ò rí burúkú yẹn, ojú àwa ń rí báyìí. Burúkú gidi nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run fún Sunday ní agbára tó fi lè sọ pé a ò gbà kó fi kọ̀yà. Ó kọ̀yà fún gbogbo wa ni. Agbára gbogbo tí àwọn oríjọ́ nígbà wọn tí wọ́n fi ṣe rúure fún wa ẹ ti kó gbogbo ẹ ti kó sọ́wọ́ federal government. Kò dáa náà báyìí ó ń burú sí lójoojúmọ́ ni. Ó kàn jẹ́ pé ó ti wá bọ́ sẹ́yìn. Restructuring ò lè ràn án mọ́. Restructuring ò lè ràn án mọ́ o. So ẹni tó bá ní gbogbo afẹ́nifẹ́re ló ń fẹ́ restructuring ò tán ra jẹ. Àwọn èèyàn tó bá wa ṣe rálì ìjọ yẹn 166 countries náà ti wá about 4.2 million people. Nǹkan tán wọ́n ń wá their own country and they are all over the world fighting for it. You don't have to be part of Nigeria. So now they want their own country kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó lè ní kán tó máa gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. They want their own country. Nigeria is the thing holding us back and down. Nigeria is holding us back. Nigeria is holding us down. And it is time for us to free ourselves from that stranglehold. Our UNICEF government were for 3 years to Nigeria independence. By 1957, our UNICEF government is here. So we were not one country, essentially. Àjọrò gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa ń jẹ́ ènìyàn kan fi kó wa wọ Nàìjíríà. Ilé tí wọ́n pè ní Nigerian Commission in London, Western region lónìí bẹ̀. Wọ́n ní oúnjẹ Nigerian Commission báyìí. Nígbà tó wá di 1999 wọ́n wá ṣe constitution kan tó wá ṣe pabambari gbogbo ẹ̀. Pabambari ni jìbìtì constitution ni kò sẹ́ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni jìbìtì forgery 419 constitution ni. So àti wá kọ lẹ́tà sí Nigerian government pé àwa ò sí lábẹ́ Nigeria constitution yín mọ́ o kì í ṣe constitution ti wà nìyẹn. A dẹ̀ ti lọ gbé lẹ́tà yẹn àti gbé fún Buhari fúnra ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ báyìí ni wípé wọ́n lè gbé ìbọn wá kán ní wọ́n fẹ́ wá bá wa jà wọ́n dẹ̀ fi wá ń bá lọ báyìí káwọn èèyàn wọ́n túbọ̀ ń pààyàn wọ́n ti wá lọ kó àwọn terrorist organization mìíràn wá láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè àwọn ISIS àwọn Al-Qaeda àwọn Al-Shabaab àti wọ́n ti lọ kó wọn wá àwọn ọmọ wa ọkàn mi dẹ̀ balẹ̀ wípé wọ́n máa gba ìlú tiwa sílẹ̀ ẹnìkankan ní overrun àwa lágbára ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ gbé àjàgà nàìjíríà kúrò lọ́rùn wa 35 billion tó wá látàkó wa ní west yìí láti sọ buhari di president. ẹ̀rọ bọ́lá tinubu ọmọ tiwa tó jẹ́ òun ló lùdì wọn náà ṣe yẹn ṣé kò yẹ kó dọ̀gá ńlá kan nínú ìjọba yìí. àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì tán ti sún buhari iná ti kíkì bọ́lá wá síta. The Yoruba nation doesn't want to fight a war. Our politicians must not force a war upon us. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá lọ múra ogun ti dé o. Ogun bọ̀. Ogun ò bọ̀ mọ́ ogun ti dé o. Tó jẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan balẹ̀ pé máa tètè bọ́ sí. Nàìjíríà fúnra ara ẹ̀. Ó ti fẹ́ tán o.
Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ o, Nàìjíríà ti fẹ́ tán o. Àwọn tó mẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lélẹ́yìí o. These are the people who know the beginning of that your independence Nigeria, right? And with what they can see, ó ti fẹ́ tán o is almost over. Yorubas, prepare, and we are getting our people ready. It's important. If you are against Oduduwa Republic, you are against your destiny. It is Nigeria that created the mass unemployed, untrained, poorly trained, unemployable young people. The highest number of unemployed people in the whole world are in Nigeria. The highest numbers of extremely poor people. There is a name they called it. It's called, I want to remember, is it called the extreme? Not just extreme, there's another name. I think it's called the continental poverty. I'll find it. When I find the right word, I'll use it. Poverty capital of the world, where you have over 140 million living below poverty line, but they are pretending because they are good at it. But it won't be for long. It won't. The most terrorized people in the whole of Africa, that too is on the plate. And the only country in Africa where terrorists seized power through electoral coup. Do you get that now? So if you see any Musa Kalamu, Musa Abdullahi commenting on Facebook, telling you that the reason why you want to break away is because you don't like the North. Okay, why is the North want to keep us since we don't like you? Why do you want to keep people that don't like you? Why do you want to be part of them? Because you want to use force. You are unity beggars. As a Yoruba son or daughter, don't be a unity beggar. It is demeaning. It is some of, demeaning for you to turn yourself to unity beggar on what? If there's, okay, what is that thing that we want to keep so that we don't lose? What is that? About Nigeria. You've lost everything. Everything. And the only thing you have right now is that life that you have, that one. Once they take it, you've lost it all. And they were going to take it if you continue to be a unity beggar. There is nothing to beg for. Listen, you know Nigeria is not working. Many people agree. People are pointing finger. Oh, it is the UK that are not making Nigeria to work. Oh, it is the America. Oh, it is the this and that. Be smart enough and stop. What do you call it? Stop subletting your thinking. The criminals who are enjoying the contraption, the fakery, they will continue to tell you that. So you don't have to, you don't have to think. Just outsource it. Outsource it. We'll think for you. You know why you don't have electricity? Because America won't let Nigeria to be great. Oh, you know why you don't have a good working healthcare system? Because the UK will not let it work. Oh, because they've gone beyond blaming themselves for those. Then they blame God. It has gotten to that stage too. So what is that thing that you want to hold on to? That you say, oh, this is something we're going to miss if we should break up. Of course, there'll be a lot of things to miss. Number one, you will now know your enemy by names. So you will not be seeing Isa Abdullahi. Then Isa Abdullahi is Roma. Then you'll be seeing Alhaji Abdullahi Siroma, Senator Abdullahi Issa Siroma, Governor Abdullahi Issa Siroma, Alhaji Shekau Issa Siroma. And you start seeing all these funny names, because once you talk about one Siroma, all Siromas will be angry. Even if the Siroma you are talking about is a terrorist, and you start asking yourself, are they terrorist apologists? They are. Don't be deceived. They are. And this is something that we should all be bold enough to tell ourselves. If you like us enough, Caleb, you need anything? All right, take care. If you are not convinced enough, tell me, what is that thing that we are actually going to hold on to, that we should be part of Nigeria? Is it the poverty, the underdevelopment, the looting, the abuse of power, the impunity, the nepotism, and the human rights abuses? What exactly are you going to miss? Oh, the latest one, the killings, kidnappings that they are telling you to get used to. You've gotten used to those ones I mentioned earlier. But terrorism, killing you, get used to that, pray about it. Oh, no, come on, that's extreme. So when you talk about one Siroma, when you talk about one Adamu, all Adamus are angry. When you talk about Boko Haram, all the Boko Harams are angry. And you start asking yourself, if you are talking about a lifeless dumbhead Boko Haram, and all the Boko Harams are angry, then you start asking yourself, are they all dumbhead? Of course they are. Why are you asking? Why do you think he has so much of them in large numbers? And I told people, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful of foolish people in large numbers. So I was just about 8 or 9 years old when I first heard that phrase. Be very, very careful of foolish people in large numbers, because they, in a democracy, they can elect a president as foolish as them, and you have no choice but to be what? To be ruled by foolish people. Now, in the sense of this jihadist, they elected a terrorist, and Nigeria is now the haven of terrorism. And somebody is telling you that asking for Oduduwa Republic is asking for too much. It's asking for war. Who put war in your head other than the politicians? Because it's going to be war. They're going to lose everything. They're going to lose all this money. Naira will be gone. There will be no Naira anymore. Maybe Nigeristan can start spending Naira when they create their own Naira Republic. It doesn't matter anyway. But there will be no Naira anymore. So all this, their Naira, all the billion they've stolen, the smart ones will probably just convert theirs into, I don't know why they are so scared when they can actually create but I think I know why they are scared. These are guys who don't produce anything. They are billionaires simply because they are either relative to a governor, or they are former governor, or they are current governor, or they've been senators, or they've been contractors, or even friends or girlfriends to politicians. And these guys are billionaires. They don't produce anything. They will tell you, I'm a contractor. But they will have these choice properties here and there, and they'll tell you, these are the guys. They never worked in their lives. Never worked. They brag a lot about certificates and all of that. They're everywhere in Yoruba land. Look at them. Yoruba land, the land where we use cocoa money to build the first skyscraper, multi-story building in the entire Africa. Cocoa house in Ibadan, 25-story building. Oh, it's not 25-story building. Sorry, I take that back. But you know what I'm talking about? It wasn't all money. We were not so many. Maybe the entire population of Yoruba people at that time, probably maybe 20 million. But we were able to start something that affected lives, impacted lives, like free education and all of that. So we could have built the best, you know what I mean? The best country. We had television station, TV, before France. It's on record. This was who we were. Ambitious, futuristic, determined, productive, genius. That's who we were. We were supposed to be. But they stole that from us 6 years after, in 1966, when Agunyi Ironsi after Kaduna Ezegu coup, January 1596, if I'm right. Then the terrorists gong came back. 6 months after that, June, they struck and started the murderous campaign that led to the genocide in the eastern Nigeria and to further genocide that has been taking place all over Nigeria to this day. We were supposed to be great people. They stole our future. They stole the future of our generations. They stole the future of those who could have made Yoruba land a great country. Great thinkers, philosophers, scientists, researchers, great inventors, ideas, administrators that can run countries efficiently for the benefit of the people that lives there. But they stole that from us. They now gave us a shamble country, turned us into what? Prayer warriors. People who now look for miracle, who look for Messiah, like the people in the Bible. So people now live in the ancient times, even though they are in 2021. They are forcing that on us and expect us to agree that things will change, right? Some of us don't believe. Some of us don't believe anymore because we know it's all fallacies, lies. And the only thing that is really constant in life is change. Break it up to save lives. Save lives of those coming after us. Save the little that you still have left too. Spend it judiciously. Channel your energy. Save the generation coming after us. Save our world. And it is not by saying it. It is by doing it. And I'm so happy that I have a very strong voice. I am one of the strongest voices who believe strongly that when the people finally come together, there will be no force on this earth that can stop them. I'm not talking about the Buhari idiots, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Deterrents, the Buhari Denotus, and the Buhari Dijatus. I'm not talking about the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaris, or the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves of this world. I'm not talking to them. When the people find their base, when they find a common voice, which is going to happen faster than you can imagine it. It is already happening. When the people found their voice, find that strength. The Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Abrodians, I'm talking about these Abrodians, the ombuds, the social media adsmen, the Facebook bandit and co, right? When people find their voice, you either join them or they will crush you on their way to freedom. It is going to be like a miracle. Just like they said in the Bible, to everyone, it was like they were dreaming. It will sound like a dream. You see, those cities in Yoruba land, they are going to be taken over completely by the people asking the government of Nigeria to evacuate the land. We don't want to have anything to do with them. A day is coming, very close. Yorubas will take over their Papa Wharf completely, send away everybody that is there. Every goddamn person that is representing Nigeria in that place will be sent packing. And it will be taken over once and for all. A day is coming very soon. Muritala Muhammad Airport in Lagos will completely be, the name of that Muritala nonsense they wrote on that international airport will be completely ripped off. And a bona fide Yoruba son or daughter will have their image, their name. Or, Oduduwa, welcome to Oduduwa Republic. Boldly written on it. You are welcome to the land of the Omoluabis, Oduduwa land. Yes, not a murderer, a murderous, terrorist called Muritala, somebody who massacred armless people. People, after they killed and they called for ceasefire, people who welcomed him in Asaba. If you have not read about Asaba massacre, if you haven't, then you are not up to date. That terrorist, that killer, that murderous killer, His name is, his face is on your 20 naira note. His name is put on the international airport, the busiest international airport to enter Nigeria. A murderer welcomes you to Nigeria every time you land into that Muritala airport. We will change that very soon. A day is coming. But when the orientation gets there, when people are enlightened enough, they will begin to reject everything Nigeria has forced on them. Everything. Okay? Because today, even despite all this whole problem, when people are asking for the conversation, let us meet, let's have a national dialogue. You see this Fulani terrorists, they are telling us that we are just wasting our time, asking for them to come and talk. Talk to who? Do you understand what that means? That simply means that they've made up their mind to do whatever they want to do. And let me tell you this, a day is coming. We will make the people reject everything forced on them. Everything. Without raising a finger. Without raising a finger. The people will rise. They will know the truth. They will ask questions. If they don't get answers, Tinubu will run away from Bodilon. You can also write that down now. Shebi they tell you say Tinubu control the Agberos in Lagos, Abi? You watch for what is going to happen in the next 2-3 months. As you cross, this is May, June. So when you get to June, that is the end of the second quarter of 2021. When you begin the third quarter, July, begin the countdown. If your Tinubu is lucky, he will manage to fly away with his private jet, the one he bought with the money of Lagos State. He has no job. That's what I'm trying to say earlier. These guys have no job, okay? Until they become governor, you will never know. Until they became governor, became this or that, these guys have no real jobs. And these are the people who are now making laws, making policies for those who have jobs and businesses, and you want your business to succeed. People who have nothing, absolute nothing, and they are billionaires because they can loot from you. If Tinubu is lucky, he will be able to fly away with his Bombardier jet. That's the only thing he will be able to run away with when the whole summer comes crashing. I'm not prophesizing on anything. Pay attention. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention when it gets to that stage so that you won't be completely surprised. So it won't be a breaking news for you. You just join us and say, on to the next one. On to the next one. We know the agenda. We know our people are going to be victims. But it's also good that to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Now more people are aware in Yoruba land of the danger brought upon them by these terrorists in government. And they are finding way on how to get themselves covered and protected. And we are so happy with what they are doing so far with this little or no resources of theirs. And that's why we won't stop talking. I'm going to drop here today, and I'm going to see you again. I think it's going to be in about 4 hours. So if you haven't subscribed to Maiyegun's Diary Political on YouTube, okay, I am not so comfortable with Facebook. I don't trust them. That's it. I don't trust Facebook. So I can't tell you that 100% you're going to be able to watch it on Facebook, okay, conveniently. Pa Banji Akintoye will be live on Maiyegun's Diary later this afternoon. That'll be in 4 hours' time. If you have all your questions, get them ready. We are going to open the line for everyone who might want to phone in to ask a question or two. Okay, so we're going to coordinate it a well-spent 2 hours. I have friends who have sent me their questions and email, what they want me to ask.
To you.
1 sec. What they want me to ask our guest, Baba Akintoye, today. So I'm still trying to get him. Please, I have not been able to get him on the phone since morning. I hope everyone working behind the scene can help me pass a message to Baba that I have been trying to reach him this morning, okay? Just to keep him up to date in preparation for our conversation later this afternoon. So you can go on to Maiyegun's Diary Political YouTube now. Search for Maiyegun's Diary Political. Click on subscribe. Click on your notification and set your notification on, okay? The studio will be opened exactly from 5 p.m. But the setup will be an hour ahead. So if you want to join us, the YouTube channel for that broadcast will be opened an hour before the broadcast. So you can join ahead of time too, or you can only join if you subscribe on that YouTube channel. I'm also going to be live on Diaspora Radio International UK. So you just go on to diasporaradiointernational.com and you can listen, even if you are probably driving or you are going to be doing something at that time. Go on to www.diasporaradiointernational.com. I will be live on Diaspora Radio International. And you can also go on to Diaspora Radio International, Diaspora Radio International YouTube channel now as well. Give a subscription there too. All this is just to let you know that from 5 p.m. today, it's going to be traffic everywhere for 2 hours. You shouldn't miss that. I'm going to see you later this afternoon. Stay safe, everyone, and good afternoon.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Igbó nìna kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù.
bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì o. ẹ̀yin bá.